It's fantastic. It's one of those Netflix, Amazon, Sky Original kind of HBO kind of things that is sort of unbelievable. But now people are making shows based on unbelievable seed ideas, but making them
domestic and relatable.
Relatable. And it's like,
have you explained to anyone what the show is about?
No, you don't say. So, and is it because, right? People are just better at writing now, or think extraordinary things are more believable because of the crazy world we're living in, or because we're searching for something else, which this film sort of whispers to us.
Yeah, for me, it's answer 3, please, Chris. Searching for meaning.
Yeah.
I think that the show essentially is Paul Rudd's character, Miles, is down in his luck. He's not having a great time. Our marriage is struggling a little bit. And someone offers him this quick fix to go to a spa, which will make you your better self.
Yeah.
What he doesn't realise is what they do is, and this isn't too much of a spoiler alert, it's all in episode 1, that they clone him and they don't kill off the original properly.
That's what they usually offer. For
so what they normally do. So the clone
grand.
doesn't realise they're a clone. They're just walking around as their most amazing self. Yeah. So suddenly there are 2 hymns. And I suppose the question is, with all of is there a possibility as humans that we could be our better selves? Because even if you were to make someone biologically better or perfect in whatever way that would be, all of the bits of you that make you a human, that are you at your core, at your soul, all of your messes and complexities, is that who you are? And do the people who love you for all of those bits, with all of your messy bits in the way? So that's kind of what it explores. But like the I suppose concept is a little Black Mirror-y. Yeah. Someone gets cloned, but the show itself is quite domestic in that it's about a relationship, him with himself and him with me.
I think it's down to The Sopranos. I think it's down to The Sopranos. Mafia boss goes out, busy, is mafia boss all day, comes home. There's no food in the fridge, and he has to deal with the kids being a nightmare.
Yeah,
it's that thing, isn't it? So,
and you relate to it. The more specific you are with a character, and the more when you're writing, if you write something that's so specific to one person, that relates to more people than if he was like getting annoyed about a yogurt in the fridge, one tiny yogurt, that would relate more to more people than if you do something generic when you're writing.
From the trailer I got as well that it's a kind of externalization of the internal struggle that everyone has within yourself.
Yeah, so the clone becomes a bit of a metaphor.
Exactly. Of the kind of everyone's 2 people, sort of the positive and the negative, fighting each other all the time. But this show has just really cleverly kind of externalized it. And I suppose it's like the kind of sci-fi. I'm like the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I think, sort of started this.
Yes, as in like if you're going through a breakup and you're heartbroken, what if you could take away all of your pain, and then would you still be you at the end of it? What if you could wash it all away? Which is quite, again, like a Black Mirror-y concept, but it's something that we're all like, oh God, I'd love this to go. Oh, could you take that away? That'd be lovely. But the show, what's very clever about it is that you think you know where it's going from episode 1, but then it stops being linear. So we see things from everyone's different perspective and different people's point of view. So suddenly, and I think that's a lot of but now about empathy. So seeing things from your point of view and how we all will remember this morning.
Well, that's The Affair, isn't it? That's the brilliant show, The Affair.
Yeah, The Affair, exactly.
And I thought, oh, here we go, it's The Affair. But then it's not The Affair because it's not half and half. It's not each episode isn't a sort of story of 2 halves, because you might start the 3rd episode a third of the way through the last and then jump to the bit of the next one. And you get it. It's really cleverly done. As long as you accept, you've got to have time for it. You've got to be in the moment, haven't you? You've really got to be in the moment to watch it. And it's absolutely beautiful. But the I and the myself thing, I hate myself. Yeah, but you don't hate your I. So who's the I? What's the I that's hating the self? And you have the positive and the negative. But Shakespeare said about that, didn't he? He said the positive. It's not about having positive thoughts and negative thoughts. It's the thoughts, and then it's how you choose to see those thoughts.
It's funny in stand-up, I don't know if you've had this, Aisling, but I've sometimes had, like, mid-gig, while I'm talking on stage, had a thing in my mind going, what are you doing, you idiot?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you doing that voice?
Yeah.
Oh, no, and then you sort of think, who's that then? Is this me, or is that me?
I often think, like, I just have a terrible flatmate I don't get on with, but we can't move out. It's like, oh, God, we've got to be together forever. I chat away to myself half the time.
But that's the mind trying to conquer the mind, isn't it?
Yeah.
They say if you want to beat the brain, don't try and beat the brain with the brain. And it's the silence that's really you.
The Chris Evans Breakfast Show with Sky.